Kyle. How's everybody doing?
Good. How are you?
Kyle thought we were practicing at night. He wore his yellow shorts. Good second day. Really good energy for coming out and going early in the morning because of class conflicts. Thought we were nervous day one, especially the new guys, the freshmen. And it showed. We dropped some passes, but we caught the ball really well today. I don't anticipate that being an issue at all, like it was at times last year. I don't during the team period we may have one drop, but I don't anticipate that being a problem going forward. Really excited about some of the young freshman wideouts. They're catching on quicker. The new rules in the summer obviously helped us. The freshman running backs had good days today. The redshirt O-linemen, those guys have been really impressed and made a big jump since last spring. So overall, two productive days, but we are playing flag football. So tomorrow, the truth will be shown. So
you have a little knock this again sort of thing yesterday when the balls are hitting the
ground?
No,
not really. Because if you look back at it, it's human nature. They get nervous, and obviously the balls are really wet because it's dewy outside. It's pretty humid yesterday morning. So I'm not making excuses for them, but I wasn't overly surprised and really wasn't worried about it.
You talked about throwing the quarterbacks under the fire the first week. What are some of the things you've sort of done to put them in?
Just putting them under a lot of pressure. And it's more talk than anything. You know, the defense kind of installs how they're going to install. And so we're seeing the pressure packages. They're kind of a normal week, but really I'm keeping track of every throw they make. I'm talking about situational football a lot. Probably coaching them harder. And being more intense with them earlier in camp than I normally am. So that's some of the type of things we're doing.
Where are you with Maxwell?
Maxwell, I don't really want to get in a whole lot of injuries deals, so I'm going to avoid most of those questions. I'll just tell you right now. But he's getting better. He's getting better. I think it's going to be a little bit of a process to getting back to full speed.
You mentioned both the freshman running backs. Is there room for both those guys to play, or would you prefer maybe one to be in that rotation?
I think it's probably too early. They're so much different. You know, they're so different. You got Mikel, who's a bigger back, who's agile but bigger. Stanley is a make you miss guy that's got really good speed. So I'm not ready to put them right in the mix right now. But they are learning. I'm pleased at their progress. But I think it's too early to tell who's going to be in the mix.
What did you mention you're excited about the freshman wide receivers?
Dorian Baker and Blake Bowman. The two big kids, we need those guys. We need length. You know, I talked about it in detail last year. We need some guys with some size, and I've been impressed with those guys. Dorian probably had a better day one than day two, but excited about both of those.
Before the camp, you hoped that Garrett Johnson was going to be a guy that would, and it seemed like a guy that would be ready to step in and play. Has he done anything to change your mind about that?
No, I think he will. I think he will. He's been really well coached. His body's in a position. We need help in those slide areas.
What do the young receivers need to do to get into the rotation?
I think it comes down to making plays, knowing what to do. They also got to be able to block on the perimeter.
JoJo, what does he look like? How much has he progressed over the summer?
Yeah, JoJo had a really good day today. You know, Braylon Hurd really stood out day one. Both those guys, they're just ahead of the younger kids, just in general, just because they got a much better feel for the offense. They got more experience. But JoJo, from a maturity standpoint, has just grown a lot, and he's healthy. You know, he can make a 1 foot cut where after the Louisville game last year, he really wasn't capable of that.
You know, you touched on this a little bit, but why are you so confident you brought him?
Well, because we caught the ball better in the spring, and we've got guys that are natural catchers, and now we've been going through this process since really January of 13. So, you know, you're talking 20 months where a daily routine that they catch balls. You know, whether it's we do a lot with tennis balls. We had an emphasis on it in the spring. We got an emphasis on it this fall during camp. I don't foresee it being a problem.
I know that there's got to be less thinking now.
Yes.
And that's vital in just about anything. Is it even more to an offense like this?
Well, it is because of your tempo. So when you're trying to play fast, you know, and we weren't capable of playing as fast as we would like last year because guys were thinking. They'd have to think about alignments, you know, and assignments. Now it's more natural. You know, they're used to getting signals. They're used to getting lined up fast. Used to operating fast. And again, where we're able to meet with those freshmen in the summer. We're able to meet with them in the classroom and then go out, and older guys, now they had a working knowledge. Last summer, we had nobody with any working knowledge, you know, other than what they learned in 15 practice in the spring, and then we went right into fall camp, and a lot of those guys weren't even in spring practice, you know, so now those new freshmen are in the classroom, learn what to do, then the older guys can kind of walk them through and teach them what to do during the summer.
Last year, Borden was kind of an all-purpose guy earlier, and they go playing with a lot of different positions. Is he settled in one particular spot? How's he doing?
Yeah, he's going to play our tight end position, and we'll line him up in the slot with his hand down and in the backfield. He's a versatile guy.
He's still going to be over.
Yeah, he's still going to be all over. I think he's probably a little bit better with his hand in the ground and in the backfield than he is split out, but he runs well enough where we can put him out there also.
This may violate your injury policy, but are you worried at all with the setback that Alex may not be out there this season?
I'm worried anytime somebody's not out there. But I'll leave it to the training room, really.
You talked about in one of these meet and greet things, simplifying the offensive communication. How did you go about doing that, and what did you sort of mean by that?
Well, all right, that's a good, we've gone to a new system, all right? It's similar to what we've done, but we've really tried to be as much one word and one syllable as possible with one signal.
Having more numbers at receiver change the way you use those tight ends?
No. I'll tell you what the numbers at wideout allow us to do. It allows us to practice much more efficiently. You know, because let's talk about even like a true freshman walk-on. You know, they move off from Lexington Catholic. I mean, he can come out. He's a really good. Now he needs a red shirt to get bigger, but he can go out and run skeleton. He knows how to run routes because he's been well coached in high school. You know, we got Charles Walker who could potentially be a factor. You know, not only do we have scholarship guys that can play, but we also, you know, got some quality walk-ons. Ryan Kendall's another.
Okay, folks, thank you very much.
All right, thank you all. Have a good day.
Good feedback of it.